4 C's.
The
How
only
long
bit
is that?
Did go quick for me.
Yeah, no.
4 times 3 is 3 months. It's 3. What are you going to learn in that 3 months? Your big slog's been done, surely, isn't it?
Well, you started a podcast in the middle of them, and what you just said there was really actually quite good stuff to say. So rather than make it hard for me to edit.
So we'll end there, and that's it.
Thank you for supporting our channel. Thank you for supporting Wizan. Please like, subscribe, comment, and hit the notification bell for any future videos. So welcome Max, welcome Joe, and Dave's here again as well. And it's basically, you're both new cab drivers, which is really nice. Well, you're kind of a new cab driver, but not. Yeah. I mean, we don't really count yellow badges as cab drivers, do we?
No,
I'm a real cab driver now, apparently. Genuine.
You got the real badge. And we want to talk about what it was like getting through and what it's like being a cabbie now and the value.
The first question's got to be, how did you get to want to be a black cab driver and do the knowledge?
Yeah, do you know, a lot of family, like my dad's not a black cab driver, but I've got uncles, cousins, and none of them lived a bad life out of doing it. And I was working in recruitment and I weren't enjoying it. I was looking around at the people older than me there, and they weren't where I want to be at their age. Do you know what I mean? And took a step back and was thinking about things. I remember coming home saying to me, mum and dad, and then my dad being like, oh, are you sure you want to do that? Like, it's hard. It's not going to be easy.
Has he done it, your dad?
No, he was on the knowledge for a period of time years ago, but he didn't see it out. But yeah, no, I really wanted to do it. I'm so glad I did.
Yeah. Do you now call him failure and you're a success?
No, never. Do you know what? He was my toughest critic when I was on the knowledge. Like, where you been today? He was good, like really good, pen things up for me and whatever. We'd be sat watching the news having dinner. You know, it's like something comes up. Where's that? You need to know that will come out tomorrow. All the classic stuff.
And how long you had your badge now?
6 months, literally 6 months, near enough.
Yeah.
You've got to be the same.
I think I was about 4 weeks before you.
Yeah,
wasn't I?
yeah.
Did you give away your first job?
Oh yeah, I did. That was that. I know why you give them away now. That was a horror show. My one.
Why?
Do you know what? I was really nervous. I don't think people talk about that, about how like nerve-wracking it is that first day that you go out. Did you find it nerve-wracking?
I did, yeah.
But you've done it.
You've done it in the yellow badge.
Being a yellow badge is a little bit different because I used to mainly go City Airport. You've got time to sit there. You've got time on your way in to look at your route. With green badge, you're instant. I need to know which way to go now and start heading in the direction. So it's a lot more...
Yeah, but
thinking
9 times out of 10, the people in the back don't know which way they're going anyway.
No, that's true. That's it. That's it. You know where to start, and you can work out the end on your way.
I was outside the Me Hotel. I was like thinking, right, if I head to Waterloo, I can jump on the back of the rank there. I know where I'm starting from. I think Mr. White had said that to me, like one of the initial talks. That's a good place to start, just a station, so you know you're leaving. Got rat-a-tat-tat on the window. I'm like, trying to do the doors because it's all new, innit? And then she's going, oh, I need to go to Mount Street. I'm like, yeah, Mount Street, I know where that is, perfect. Before I know it, I'm heading over Waterloo Bridge because the filter light's gone green. I've got people behind me bibbing me. I'm in a panic. I'm going, she's going, oh, no. I said, it's fine. It's my first one. Bear with me. This one's on me anyway, so you ain't got to worry. So I had to go over the bridge, round about, back over. But she was fine. If anything, she loved it. Like, she loved the story. It was like, so how many cabs are there? So how many people have got a free ride? Wow, so I'm only one of X amount of 1,000 people. Yeah. But yeah, that was...
Was you forced over Waterloo Bridge or you panicked?
No, I panicked.
You was in the inside lane.
Yeah, I was on the inside lane. So when you're calling things, obviously, you know, you're not talking lanes, but I was in that left-hand lane. It's got a filter light that goes over the bridge. That's gone green. I've got all the traffic behind me bibbing me.
Yeah, but now you know you should have just gone to the front and snicked in front of the one there and just sat there, shouldn't you? Yeah. Or just sat there with your indicator on them.
I know. Do you know what?
You could have slipped to the front and gone to the front of that.
It was the panic of it. It was the panic of my first one. I was off.
What was your first one, Joe?
So I lived down past King's Cross, down sort of Camberley Street way. I came out my turning. Woman put her hand out. She was going like Camden Market or something really round the corner. And she was Spanish. And when she got out, she said, no, I must pay you. And I think it was only about £7. And she'd give me a £5 and I went and put it in the Green Heart Great Ormond Street pot.
Did you take her over Waterloo Bridge as well?
Yeah. You know, the funny thing I find, Dave, when we first pass out, my first job was East Smithfield to Victoria Station.
Oh, okay.
And the problem is a reality of route kicks in of when you get to Northumberland Avenue, you think to yourself, really? Why don't I just go down to Parliament Square and go up Victoria Street rather than going up Northumberland Avenue, sitting at the multiple changing lights and get stuck and then go up the Mall? So there's what I would have called is the Mao. But you're suddenly now having these real life dilemmas of that doesn't actually weigh up at this moment in time as being the best way to go. I think I should just fly down to Parliament Square. The road in front of me is empty. I'll be on Parliament Square. I'll be up Victoria Street and we'll be at Victoria Station. I think much quicker than if we went that way. So now you've got another learning curve that suddenly kicks in of time of day and everything else. And you're thinking they in the back probably feel that better than you do because you're so tight to this idea of what you think is the right route, and now you can learn to bend on it. And
half the time they don't, as long as you're moving, they're not even looking where you're going. Their head's down or it's in their phone, or they're just happy to get whatever's the quickest. You can say, do you want this, that? And most of the time, if you come from Euston or whatever, it's the bus lane all the way as far as you can go.
Do you offer routes out to passengers? Do you offer them?
Sometimes, if I think it's someone who does this regularly, I'll say, have you got a preference to this, that? Like yesterday, I said, do you want like Finchley? It was Frognall Lane. So do you want Finchley Road or Fitzjohn's Avenue? What end are you? He was like, whatever moves quicker. I don't care.
Yeah. I find that with most people, they just want to get there as quick as possible. So it's that, and it's looking at, well, if I go this way, I've got a bus lane, or because it's what you said about the moving of the string. Do you know what I mean? Rather than just putting it on the map, because as you come round, that then moves, doesn't it?
Well, it's a case of squares. You know, if you have one big square like this, that's the same distance as if you did steps. It's exactly the same distance mathematically, but it would have been one road, one left, and you're there. So what looks like something that's not stringing up very well is actually exactly the same distance of doing steps all the way. It's not as good as doing one straight line across that corner, but that doesn't exist. Yeah, no. But it is also weighing up that fact of what's logical. And a lot of new drivers don't use the Westway, do they? They will go down Sussex Gardens rather than go the Westway.
I love the Westway.
I don't know,
Oh, it might be from my era because the Westway really wasn't called on the knowledge, because the Westway when I did the knowledge was motorway.
John Harvey used to ask that, didn't he?
Used the Westway. Did you know it used to be motorway?
Yeah.
The Westway was blue on the map. You couldn't use it on a scooter.
Oh, really?
It was considered motorway.
Wow.
But they changed it, so now you could use it. This is going back 25 years.
Yeah.
For us old boys.
And they changed the lights, didn't they?
What
all
lights?
The lighting on the Westway, they dimmed it all down, didn't they? So you go along there overnight. That was lit up, wasn't it? Like the proverbial Crystal Palace one time.
Yeah.
And they dimmed it all down about, I don't know, 15 years ago.
I'm not into the lighting, Dave.
It's about saving the planet, isn't it? It's to
save the planet, maybe.
They save on the bill, so they dimmed all the lighting.
Yeah.
And that went dark. Do you remember that being bright?
Nah.
You got them now, especially old like me and my eyes. I can't see at all in the dark.
I hate driving in the dark.
Yeah.
And it's horrible because they changed the end of the road. A pub that used to be there, say, for instance, would now be a like, I don't know, Costa Coffee or Paddy Power. And you go along and you go, I don't remember that. It's all dark, isn't it?
Yeah,
and it's now looks different with a cycle lane and different things. And you're going, that don't look right.
Nothing looks right to me anymore.
I prefer driving in the day. I've sort of got into. It takes time as well to find your routine, innit? What you like, what you don't like. I think you've got to try everything and see what you prefer.
Have you found your routine?
Yeah, I like to get up and out nice and early. I like to try and leave home by like 6, half 6, and then.
So you're doing the morning rush?
Yes, I do get that morning rush, and then just take it from there. Really, it all depends where I'm at. Like if I can get home before that evening rush, then great. But if I'm way over West London, I think you're better off just working through it, aren't you? Than sitting in traffic empty coming home.
Well, Joe lives prime time, cab driver, dream world, right in the thick of it.
It is hard when you get a job to King's Cross and you're tempted to go home.
Yeah, but you could go home and have a coffee and pop straight back out again.
Sometimes another cab driver, I think traffic was really bad one day, and he wanted to get in front or something, and I said, yeah, go, I'm going home for lunch anyway. He went, surely you ain't going home and coming back, but obviously he thinks I live miles away.
Yeah.
Like, I am. I'm going to go home, walk the dog, come back.
You can do that when you live at King's Cross, right? You can do that. You can go home and have a sleep for an hour, couldn't you?
You could. Trouble is, when you get home, you get out of that work mode and you're like, generally, I don't come back out.
Yeah. You could come up on the news, trains down at King's Cross, you'll be there in 5 minutes.
You can, yeah. You're looking at all the WhatsApps. Oh, St Pancras got a queue. Shall I go out?
So what is your best job, Joe, so far?
Oh, I'm trying to think. I just get quite lucky with jobs. Like someone will just get in a random place and say like, I don't know, Harrow on the Hill or whatever. And I get Heathrow's from the randomest places. Just someone standing on the corner, driving down Riding House Street and sitting in the traffic. And I look at this guy and he looks like he's waiting for an Uber. I look away, look back and I sort of smile. And he went, are you free? And I was like, yeah. He's like, oh, Terminal 4 or whatever. And they just like jump in, and other cab drivers go, I don't believe you, you're so jammy.
When they ask you, are you free? Don't you use the John Ingman? I use it all the time.
I'm free.
I'll do that. I'll say that. And then some of them say, are you saying that from that show?
John Ingman?
Are you being served on it?
Yeah, but I mean, you have to be a certain age.
Yeah.
You know, Max doesn't even know what the hell we're talking
He
about.
doesn't know the I don't care. I must be saying it to all people of different ages who have no idea what I'm talking
No
about when I
idea.
shout, I'm free.
Yeah, it's shocking, isn't it?
When we're calling over, like, we got a little WhatsApp group between us, and I put things on there referring to shows, like the other day it was like 321 or something.
Yeah.
I thought none of these got any
That's the
idea
bin.
what I'm talking about.
We're a different generation, but you're not that old, Joe.
I'm 52 this year.
Yeah, youngster. Yeah, youngster.
Yeah.
Max about 19. Look.
Yeah.
No, I'm 27. 27. Got my badge at 26. I'm 27 now.
Oh, I got my badge at 26. Yeah.
Get out of it.
See, same age as my eldest daughter, Max.
Yeah.
Oh, the model? Oh, no, not the model.
Teacher.
Ah.
So
What's
how
your
many
best job?
appearances
Go on.
did you do?
Oh, we was talking about this the other day.
Yeah, we
weren't
were talking about. I think so. 56s. Well, on 56s and 28s, I took it to 3-3 both times. So what's that? That's 7 on
Yeah.
this. That's 14. And then got to 21s. I got 4Ds on the trot, and then I think I had got red line, started again. Then I think I got through 4-2 up. So 24 appearances.
I think I had 27, but it seems like you should have had less than me for some reason.
Yeah.
A lot more less.
I think it's because I got held up, not held up, but it felt like a lot of 21s. But obviously you're there every 3 weeks, aren't you? But yeah, no, that was all right. I mean, getting to 3-3 each time, 56s and
Pressure.
28s, like the pressure builds. But both times I'd done that, I was like, say, 3-2 down, brought it back to 3-3, and then you're just thinking, oh, but no, I think you just got to get in the mindset of it is what it is. Do you
It's
know
not
what
an
I mean?
easy mindset to get into, Max.
No,
and it is
no.
one of my quibbles about this particular system is the stakes have risen.
Oh, yeah.
So here we have something that's already difficult. And I'm obviously not the best at it because I've reached this position of being 3-3. And now I have this last appearance that's even more difficult. So it shouldn't be even more difficult for me.
I think that when you're 3-3, you're just average. That's average, surely. Simple maths don't lie. You're average at it.
Yeah.
And then if you win 4-3, you're better than average.
Yeah.
Well, so it's not a bad position to be in, it really, is it? And I agree, I would look at it like that, you know. I'm in with a fighting chance. If I was 3-0 down, I'd be going, hang on a minute.
Yeah, no, that's it. It feels different. Then, doesn't it?
3-3 is average. It's got to be.
And that's how I went through them. It was very much like score, don't score, score. Like, do you know what I mean? So it just kind of.
I think they're just giving you more time. That's all they're doing. That's when, let's say your score goes along, they're just going, not quite yet. They're looking for signs to move you on, aren't they? And they're giving you a D just to give you another couple of months, as in 56.
And they get to the stage like, we've seen enough of you. Let's get rid of them.
Well, they're definitely. I mean, that's happened to someone who used to sit just here. He knows exactly who he is, but they definitely had enough of him, and they finally passed him out.
Who?
Phil Leach.
Mention no names.
Yeah, Phil Leach. No, I'll cut the name out. I've got them lined up.
Yeah, we'll leave that in.
Yeah, Phil was great, but yeah.
How
So
many
what?
do you have with Dean? Appearances? Yeah.
Oh, you know what? It's going to be hard for me to remember. I do have the card probably sitting there, and it certainly didn't go over one card. So it would have been 156, probably 5 28s and 6 21s, something like that.
It's a completely different system.
Yeah. We had a 14 as well on the end of it. So, yeah, there was no A, B, C, or D. It was just you are good enough to go to the next level. And my first appearance was on the very day that the BBC were in there filming for their documentary. You had no idea of anything. So you sit there with your 28s thinking, well, nothing. You walk out, I think I've done well. And I think in hindsight, I did speak to Pricey about it a few times afterwards. On appearances that you think you've done well, and it shows now, you get a D, but you thought you'd done well.
Yeah.
You get a C and you thought you'd done bad. And in my day, it was a similar thing, but we had no idea. And it was kind of better to have no idea.
I think so. You think so?
Yeah, I came out there and I'd say to my brother, I did well today. But he probably said in my file. Usually, Pricey said there was a guy, right, that it was about the cricket team. I have never seen anybody as bad as this guy since the England cricket team played Australia in a 1948 Ashes trophy or whatever. Some long description of how bad this particular guy was. And they used to have these little messages that they would leave each other for each examiner to laugh at. It's not done now.
Really, I would have thought it still was. I feel like
I'd get into trouble now.
maybe not things like that, but I remember like being sat in there. You know, you call your 4 lines, and then that deafening silence of like, have I scored, have I not scored? And they're just scratching away writing. It feels like they're writing a big essay sometimes.
right,
You're sat there
list,
rubbing your knees like...
Yeah.
He's doing a shopping list, isn't he?
Yeah.
Tomatoes, eggs.
He's letting you suffer. I'd imagine
it's all part of it, isn't it?
letting you suffer. You're sweating away. All you want to know is, did you score or not? Do you feel happy? I mean, I have got no experience of that. No experience at all of knowing whether I scored or not. The only time I knew, you didn't even know you got your drop. You'd go to the window with your card, and the man at the window say, "Well done. Well done for what? You're on 21s now." Oh, am I? Okay. Yeah, come back in 21 days.
And you saying that now, that makes me think that this system is better, that they're saying, because you get feedback. So if you're dragging your heels, they ask you, are you attending the school? You should be taking that as a hint.
Yeah.
And if you're getting questioned and you're not scoring, you're getting a bit of a talking to, if you like, then that's a good thing, isn't it? Because they're actually saying to you, buck your ideas up, get to a school, get amongst people on the same page.
I agree and disagree. No, I disagree. I don't agree at all, I suppose.
If you're like you could go out thinking you're doing really well and you're not, and you could be there forever.
No, but you couldn't stay on the 28s forever.
Yeah,
so there was no...
You want everyone to finish, surely.
Yeah, you do want to finish, but if you're not good enough, you don't get dropped down to the level. And the philosophy used to be, when you are on 28s, you want to be a cab driver. When you're on 21s, they want you to be a cab driver. So you was kind of, you're going through the test of just trying to pass the stages. You didn't know whether you got your drop or not, but once you got it, you got it. But you didn't have a pressure. There's a pressure now to score on this appearance, which is adding some difficulty. And then the pressure grows as you get to the red line stage to score again, even more so. Whereas there's no pressure on me. I'm going to go for my appearance and keep going every time, and I don't know where I am. And it did leave some people in the lurch, but the only people it did leave in the lurch were the people that were rubbish. And that was it. Most people are not rubbish.
I think the thing is as well, when you come out of there and you get your sheet and it tells you what you scored on each run, and I've been docked 2 points here for hesitation, or I've been, I dropped this many points. It's there in black and white, and sometimes you can over scrutinise that, can't you? Like you come out of there with 22 points and you go, oh, but you've docked me 2 here for hesitation, but I don't think I hesitated. And then it's there in black and white, and it's a bit harder, isn't it? Whereas if you don't know, and they just go, you haven't even if they tell you haven't scored today, but you don't know like how good or bad you actually done.
Yeah, now you've said that, there are some quirks that in the old days there was no complaining about you getting a D or anything. You had no idea you scored or didn't score, so there was no complaints. Now you're doing runs where you're getting a 0 for that run, but you know full well the run was correct. Now the run can be overturned and the appearance can be overturned. Yeah. So in a sense, that is one of the good things about it. So if I'm going to complain about anything, I still think redlining even back on the same stage, keeping on the same stage, is a waste of time. That you should be given the opportunity to score your 12 points on that level, and they could keep you there in the same way, you score you or not score you, on the basis that they don't think you're ready for the next level. They could control that. You don't need to lose the scores you've got.
You mean don't have it the best of 7?
No.
You just have it until
you're on
you
28.
get 12 points. So you could be, in theory, the best of 20.
Yeah. You score, you don't score. You don't score on 4 of them, fine. You're trying to score 12. And in a sense, it might make them a little bit more... The appearances where you score, but you probably didn't deserve to score. So, for example, you might be 3-2 down, and I think I can score him and make him 3-3, or I redline him, but okay, I'm going to give him another chance. Really, you wouldn't have scored on that appearance, but they've given you a benefit of the doubt and give you 3-3. If that redlining didn't exist, then they could definitely just not score you on that appearance, and there's no problem at all. So
you also take away a bit of incentive by redlining, because if you're 3 down, you might think, oh, you know what, it's not worth it. I'll just...
Well, you would have seen that more than anyone when you was doing the... No. No, that was my position.
He's so cruel.
When you was doing the points, when you was taking the points, and because I remember you and Alex both saying, like, people would come up there and they'd be like, oh, I'm 3-0 down, I'm just going to go up there and get redline today. But because that was the mindset of, like, they didn't care, they were switched off. How many times did people come down and go, oh, you won't believe it, I scored? Because they was a lot more relaxed than...
It's true, yeah. Yeah, I think first time I think it was Mr. Hall, and I didn't know who he was, I hadn't had him before, and I just got an A on that appearance. But I think it's because I was relaxed and I wasn't nervous because I didn't know who he was. But then when getting him again, then you're like, oh gosh, and the nerves kick in. I think it's such a bad thing for me.
Oh, yeah.
My brain just goes like brain fog.
There's no formula. There's no formula. I mean, I've seen people who've practiced so hard, done everything right, go up and get a D. And then I've seen people do nothing for the whole month. I guess
Well, there's a lot of luck as well, isn't there?
there is
It
luck.
is, yeah.
There is luck.
Like, it's a funny one, isn't it, when you don't know the examiner? Do you remember when I had Mr. McDowell?
Yeah.
This was around Christmas, because obviously it was like alternating weeks and stuff. I'm not sure if it's still as much they do, but this was around Christmas, and I'd never been on Mr. McDowell's week, and I'm up there. Guys called me in, and I'm thinking, oh, no examiner up here. I was on 28s at this point as well, so I was thinking, no examiner up here. Walked in, sat down. Then he started asking me all the restaurants and that I hadn't heard of in Mayfair, and I thought, no, I'm not new examiner. You're Mr. McDowell. But I didn't score with him that day. But he was great. That's what I'd done my suburbs with, and he gave me my badge. I like Mr. McDowell. I think he's good, and his work. When I started doing more and more of it, that's what we drive all the time. Like the amount of times that you're in somewhere in Mayfair, whatever bit of traffic, and you think, no, I can nip up here and.
Yeah, he's a working cabbie, so that's where he's coming from.
That is my main. That's where I am all the time.
Yeah. That's what you use a lot. I'd say his stuff. Someone said to me ages ago on the knowledge, like, even if you're not doing a lot that day, if you're not doing like the whole sheet or anything like that, but you just want to go through some questions, do some stuff from Mr. McDowell. So that's like your small lines, intricate stuff, and then look at some Mr. Hall lines. They're the ones that are big, get you across the map. So even if you're not doing a lot that day, but just go over some bits that get you moving, and then keep you tight in there.
Yeah.
Did you have every examiner?
Did I have every examiner? Yeah. I had every examiner. I think I'd Mr. Patel 5 times, didn't score once with him.
Wow.
Not 1 out of 5?
No, none out of 5.
Oh, Jay Patel.
I think I scored once
Did
out of
ya?
3.
No.
Something like 1 out of 3.
I never walked out there with a score with him. What about when he asked me the Noor Jahan 2 restaurant? I sat down, I'm like, no, sorry, sir, I don't know that one. Don't know Noor Jahan 2? Oh, my God. All right. What about this one then? Noor Jahan 1, I'm thinking. But it's the game, and you got to go.
He did start asking them. I don't know if he was the first one to be asked them. He did
probably
enter them into the system. So that was the thing about points. It's okay asking new points and stuff, and making fun of the first person that doesn't know it as if they're supposed to know it. But the guys coming in the following week, they should have caught, especially 28s, 21s. They should have caught up with that. So
that's it. That's what I say to people. Don't play catch up. Whatever you're looking at 4 weeks ago is gone. Look at the sheet now. If something's come up all this week and you're up on Friday and they've asked it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and you don't know it.
Yes.
It's another test to see if you're doing the sheet.
Just start again.
100%.
We used to call them bike points because they were making sure that you still go out on your bike.
Yeah.
Getting you to make sure you can carry on pointing in the later stages. But pointing does seem to have changed. I don't think people are pointing as heavy as they used to in the old days.
And I think it's important, it's not only for the point, is it? It's for visuals and getting yourself. You get yourself between the points in different ways. You're just out there. There's nothing better than being out there anyway. It is out there. Anyway.
I think that, especially now I'm out in the cab, because it's the classic thing when you get down to 21s and you look through that point sheet and you go, yeah, I've got that. But I feel like I would have benefited from being out there more on the latter stages, because obviously you drive a cab, you're out there every day. Do you know what I mean? Yes. So to be on the roads, just even if you're going back to places, I found myself going back to places again and again, especially like big points that you go, oh, I know how to set that station or whatever. But when was the last time you actually went in there and went and had a look and saw it? I think there's no shame in going back and revisiting things, because it's only for yourself, isn't it? It's only to make yourself...
Things fade.
Yeah.
Things fade, and you go back and you think, oh, it's changed. They're working there now, and you think, God, like Waterloo. They're working at Waterloo, aren't they?
No, that's it. And then obviously Euston Station, that completely changed it, innit?
Yes.
I think that's one thing that I found a bit daunting and all, was like, all right, I know where Victoria Station is, but then when you're actually pulling up there in your cab and you're like, well, where is the back of the rank? Where do you know what I mean? Or like at King's Cross, because that rank's so broken up, innit?
Yeah.
And you're like, is this the back? Oh no, is that the back? And you're just trying to, you don't want to jig in front of someone.
It don't take that long, does it? No, you're not intentional, right? It's not intentional.
No, I went on coming round and went onto the Hilton Park Lane. I thought, there's only one cab there.
I've done it.
I didn't look to my left. As I pulled on, I'm like, beep, beep, beep. I'm like, oh, sorry.
I've done exactly the same one, Joe. Exactly the same one in the early days. You don't know there's a little feeder rank down in the thingy.
You've done it deliberately, though.
Yeah, I know.
He does it every day.
I said to them as I pulled on, don't you know who I am? I get to go to the front of every rank.
One thing we never ask is that bikes. Did you do it on the bike?
So I done all my blue books on the bike, and I'd say I was out on the bike a lot for appearances, but I then started going out in the car more and more especially if I was going somewhere like out of, you know, that congestion like charge zone, like if I was going down to Streatham or something like that, horrible weather in the winter, I'd go in the car. And then I found myself going out more and more in the car on the latter stages and really just going out on the bike in town. I mean, if a little smart car I share with my mum and dad, do you know what I mean? But the bike's good because you get around quicker, but I found it quite exhausting being out on the bike. Like I'd come home...
Bit weathered.
Yeah, like just like mentally drained because I feel like you're having to concentrate so much more on like staying alive. Whereas on the bike, I'd be able, in the car, I'd be able to come home and feel like I could do more. Do you know what I mean?
I would find the complete opposite, that when I'm driving in the car that I just don't absorb anything. I'm too relaxed. I'm just going along. I've driven all the way from Wimbledon to Mile End and not noticed a single thing because I've just driven robotically. Whereas on the bike, that alertness changes, the speed changes. You can go to the left, stay to the left, look at things more. So I wouldn't have found that for me in the car at all. But you didn't even need to go out.
I didn't go out a lot now, I must admit. I didn't go out a lot, no.
When I first started the knowledge, just sorry to interrupt, but my friend who wanted me to do the knowledge, he said to me, "You'll do it easy. You know, we worked in Covent Garden." And he said, "You'll do it easily. Look," he said to me, "Look, you let's say you had to go from, we was in Tavistock Street. You had to go from Tavistock Street to Buckingham Palace." I couldn't. What are you talking about? I know we work here, yeah, but I couldn't tell you how to get from here to Buckingham Palace. I would walk straight through there and come out the other side and whatever. I don't know how to drive that. When we first started, even if I was in that area, didn't know nothing about the West End and the city.
Oh yeah, and what you don't realise is but how much work you're doing outside of that. Like bang central. Do you know what I mean? Like as we were saying earlier about going there, they give you a line right across the top, or like right straight down, like really, really west and stuff like that. It all goes in.
Do you feel it smaller? When you start, it's huge and unbelievable, and it's a mash of spaghetti. But we can look at that map now and we understand the distance, the place, everything from however we look at it. I don't see anywhere as being far particularly anymore.
Oh yeah, I remember doing my blue books and ending up in Putney and thinking, like, because I live like East London, I'm a million miles away from home here. Do you know what I mean? But the more and more you do it, and the more you're getting out, it just feels. You're right. It does feel a lot smaller, and you start being like, "Oh, do you know what? I'm only 20 minutes from here. I'm only 10 minutes from there," and you just link it all together, and you can just see it all then, couldn't you?
What's your best day's work, Joanne?
Oh, I think.
Well, you don't have to.
2 days, probably £500, but they were long days.
Yeah. So you've done £500 in a day twice.
Yeah,
okay.
That's about it. And then, but it's only on like the odd occasion. Otherwise, you're tired. You want to go home. You're like,
yeah.
And if you do a long day, the next day you're tired. So I think it all balances out.
Yeah, we spoke about that balance of if you can work a long stretch, you could do a 16, 17 hour shift, but you lose the following day. So you could have done 2 12-hour shifts at 24 hours money. And instead, you've done one 17-hour shift and lost a day, so you've done less in the 2 days.
Exactly. It works if you've got something for 1 or 2 days you want to go away, or you've got something planned, then you can make up for it afterwards or before.
What's yours, Max?
About the same, really. About £500. I had a good job. I like the different things. I had a good job a little while ago. These they work for a baker's up north, and they like come down to London. He had a list of bakeries that he wanted to go to, all like real nice snazzy ones. He wanted to go to the Whole Foods and that because they had like a special donut stand. And all day, that's what I done. Just throwed them around. Just had the meter going, and whatever it was on the meter, he gave me a nice tip on top, and that was it for about, I think it was about 5 hours. Just at them. Had me book. Do you know what I mean? Is that it?
They're the jobs you want. Dave's good at those jobs, and you always get those
It
jobs.
involves donuts, yeah.
Can you believe it though? I done all that. How many donuts do you reckon they gave me?
A box?
Not a single donut, mate.
I think I'd have got one out of them.
Mate, the first one we dropped off at, they walked back to the cab, they got bags of donuts because they're doing all, research, whatever. I'm having a look, I'm thinking, oh yeah, go on, have one. Not once did they go, do you want a donut in this?
I wouldn't have waited. I wouldn't have waited to be asked, would you?
I don't like donuts.
Hey, well, they were getting out in the vehicle and leaving stuff in the vehicle.
Yeah. In the luggage compartment.
I took a big bite and just put it back. Didn't
Too sugary donuts. What were they, like Dunkin' Donuts?
No, it was all like, I can't even think of what they was called now, like the different ones that we went to. But like those big proper, like mental looking, probably like £5 a donut, £6 a donut.
Krispy Kreme, that sort of thing.
No,
Like
like
bread ahead.
yeah. all these nutty ones all around like Covent Garden.
I can't say. The best donut is the simple sugar and jam donut. That's the proper donut. All this American donut rubbish is rubbish.
Don't like caramel or anything like that, innit?
No, I can't. A jam donut is a jam. Did we invent the donut?
I don't know who invented it.
No, I used to make donuts when I was a baker back in the day.
Were you a baker?
Custard tarts. Well, I wasn't a qualified baker, but I worked in a bakery.
He just bought donuts. He just bought some donuts. So
what
did
about
you have a bike?
No, I did try. I think I bought 3 bikes throughout the process
Did
and
you?
couldn't ride any of them.
Wow,
Yeah.
but you kept on investing.
I even brought one with the 2 wheels at the front, and it was so heavy for me. As I went round the corner, I was going so slowly, the bike just side.
Oh, no.
So yeah, I thought, no, I'm going to die if I do this on a bike.
Yeah,
But I was lucky I had a cab. So
she done it. At a
And
cab.
yeah, but your yellow badge was for what area?
East London, Newham, Dagenham, Redbridge.
Why didn't you do north of yourself,
Because
Southgate?
I
and all
lived in Essex when I done the yellow badge.
that? You are an Essex girl, not a,
No, I come from.
Oh, Joe's been
Marylebone.
everywhere.
from where?
I lived in Marylebone. I was born in Paddington.
Ah,
Lived in Marylebone. Had our first daughter. Moved to Essex. They sort of all got brought up there.
Yeah.
And then 8 years ago, moved back.
is that how they pronounce it? Marylebone in the
Marylebone.
Marylebone.
Who's Mary LeBone?
Oh,
Mary LeBone, Mary off the bone,
Who was Mary LeBone?
Mary LeBone. No idea, Dave. We'll have to research it.
I've got to find that out.
Mary
Sure,
LeBone.
we've looked at it at some stage, surely. haven't we?
If we was Joe Rogan, we'd have our researcher now tapping in, coming back with the information for us. I did ask Fiona to be that person.
Yeah. What did she say? No.
No, she said no. No, you don't pay me enough. Mary LeBone. What about Bilkers? You had any runners?
Haven't, no.
No, I haven't. What did I have though? When Arsenal played Bayern Munich a little while, like it's going back a little while ago now, that all the Bayern Munich staff and squad were staying in the Landmark, and I picked up a few of the like, what are they, like the training like staff, whatever. Got there, the card machine in the back's then not working. They're trying to pay. I didn't have a backup one. I'd only been out a couple of weeks. They had no cash. In the end, I just had to let them go.
You swallowed it.
Yeah, I just swallowed it because I thought it's not their fault that this ain't working in the back and they've got no cash. They're trying to pay. I ain't got a backup, and I just swallowed it. But other than that, that's the only thing like that.
Why wasn't it working in the back? 'Cause
I
it's
don't know.
signal.
I think the person before must have been messing about with it because once I dropped them and got round the corner or whatever, I just shut it all right down, left it, and then it worked again and was fine. But
How much did you lose?
it was only about 20 quid, so it weren't the end of the world.
Still, it's
It's
20
still 20
quid.
quid, 20 quid, you know, but
It's an hour's work.
yeah,
Isn't it?
it could have been a lot worse, but I ain't been out that long, do you know what I mean? You just think
Yeah.
you've got to take it on the chin. These things
Whose
are going to happen.
whose machine is it?
Taxi World.
Haven't they got
Yeah, this is
QR code or anything
yeah,
like that?
yeah,
on
yeah.
the
They
app?
do.
Something like that? You took
This
a
is
payment?
it. Like I didn't set any of that up at that point, but nah,
No, you got it all.
yeah, nah.
They didn't have no merchandise on them. They could have
No, I
swatched
was
it for.
going to
They
say, can't you get me a signed shirt or something?
Yeah.
He's taking dollars, euros,
anything.
diamonds, gold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll take anything.
A Bayern Munich shirt, if it's a club shirt, it's going to be 100 quid, isn't it?
To buy a new, yeah, got me. I don't know. It's a long time since I bought.
So even if they had a shirt that even wasn't signed,
Yeah, nah.
Take
Yeah.
the top off.
That's it. Yeah, I'll give you that one. But no, that's the only thing I've had like that. Everyone's good as got. I mean, as I say, I like to do the morning shift, so
Yeah,
you
you're
don't
doing
really
days.
you don't really get any trouble.
Predominantly, you don't know anyway, do you?
I did have a drunk man approach me yesterday. I was dropping off at Les Mis, and he's before they'd even got out and paid, he's come to the window. He's flopped his arms and his head in the window, and he's like, "I want to go. Are you free?" I said, "Oh, where are you going?" And he's like, "Because I was thinking, should I go home now? It's like 4 o'clock." He went, "Oh, Hayes," and as he started speaking to me, the alcohol came in, and I was like, "Whoa!" And then the next question he said was, "How much do you think it would be?" I went, "Oh, I'm going home now, mate. Sorry."
yeah.
I thought, I don't need a drunk man all the way to Hayes, and then he's bickering about the price.
I know.
Yeah.
I do hate that one. It's a bit of a red flag in it when someone goes, "How much is this going to be?" And you think, "Oh,
Always way over. Just go way over. If
Yeah.
they accept way over, you're all right. But yeah, I've had people say, "I'm going to Southampton. How much is it going to be?" And you tell them sort of, "Oh, it's going to be hundreds." Oh, the guy over there do it for 30 quid. Go over there for 30 quid. What are you talking to me? Why'd you ask me? Oh, that's the other one. I remember someone stopped me in Marylebone, and they wanted to go to Harrow, and they said, "How much would it be?" And I said it would be about 45 quid. I can't remember where we were exactly. And he said, "But," I said it would be 60 quid. He said, but the thingy is only cost me 40 quid normally in a black cab. Why did you ask me then? Why do you ask me how much it'll be if you know how much it'll be? You want me to guess and give you a number from here, and Harrow is a big place. We could be this side or that side, and drive you mad.
Let's just say it's on the meter.
Yeah, I'm always it's just on the meter, and you're paying what
it's up to them, innit? So it's on the meter.
Yeah.
Yeah, give them a ballpark figure. So I always say, but it's on the meter. It could be higher, could be lower.
Have you noticed that you can be, when you really put your brain to it, you could be within 20 pence nearly every time?
Pretty close, yeah. I normally, as you say, overestimate it a bit.
Yeah.
Then you look good, don't you, if it's less? If
Yeah,
you
yeah.
underestimate it, you always look bad.
No,
Yeah.
100%. I was a pound over yesterday with an estimation. I was pretty happy with that one. Pretty happy with that. I thought, yeah, that's bang on.
Do you find that now you've done 6 months, you're a different driver? More confident?
Yeah, definitely a lot more confident. I think, like, when you first get out, you do feel a bit nervous and whatever, and you don't really know what you're doing. Like, you're picking up and you're dropping off, and then you drop off, and then you're a bit like, oh, right, now what? Where do I want to go? Do you know what I mean? But whereas now, someone gets in, they go, oh, I want to go to here, and you think, oh, it's only up the road from Euston Station, I'll put my head in there and have a look. Do you know what I mean? So you're more, you're thinking forward a bit more than what I was.
Do you find
originally.
you gravitate towards places where you once got a good fare once, so you think, oh, I'll just drift back down to Eastcheap. I always get a nice fare in Eastcheap. You have a little memory of stuff.
Yeah, do you know, I like to, I just like to rank up at places that like move. So I don't really sit on like hotels. You don't mind a hotel, do you? But I quite like just popping in a station. All right, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get anything that takes you too far, but you feel like you're moving and you're
You know you're
working.
going to move at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, I hardly ever ranked. Do you rank up a lot?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Oh, you're all rankers then, eh?
Yeah.
Well, I get a lot of street work.
Yeah.
Just driving round, but it sort of starts you off. You sit at the hotel, you get a job, and that could bounce onto 4 jobs, and you tend to come round in a bit of a loop and end up back there.
Yeah, no, 100%. You know, when I say like I'll head for a rank, not, you know, majority of the time you get held down before if it's busy out, and if it's not and you pull onto a rank, well, you're going to get something off of it. It might not be the best job, but you're going to, do you know what I mean? You're moving, it's money in your pocket.
I did get Selfridges the other day after church.
What about eating? Do you eat off the off or do you stop and have a proper break?
Nah, I like to stop just to get out of the cab and have a walk around, especially, you know, when the weather's been nice. I know we're coming into like worse weather now, but when the weather's nice, I think, yeah, pull up, have a little break, go for a little walk around, have something to eat, and then go again. You got to get out of that cab, haven't you? Otherwise, you're just sat in it.
What are you eating?
Why am I eating?
What are you eating?
Oh, what am I eating? I don't know. Nothing like too mad. I tend to just kind of like run in a Pret or like a Leon or something. Do you know what I mean? Go grab a quick wrap or something. Some cabbies, they sit there, don't they? And they get a big, like, see them at like Saporis and that Cyprus mango, getting like that big mix thing. And I think, mate, if I eat that, I'm going home.
You want to go home?
Yeah,
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Sleep.
I'd have that to eat. I'd get back in that cab and that light wouldn't be going back on. I'd be.
You wouldn't eat at all, would you? You'd just keep going.
Keep going.
How?
I must admit, sometimes if I know the rank, say like I know at the station there's a bit of a, just say 20 minutes, I'll go and sit on it deliberately so I can have something to eat and drink.
Yeah, you know you're going to sit there for a rest.
And I'm like, yeah. So I've gone there deliberately knowing there's a, say, a 15 minute, 20 minute delay.
Dave, you're seeing the results of that now.
That's the all-inclusive
All
model, that is.
inclusive, yeah.
No, I do that sometimes. I must admit, you shouldn't do. You should go to a proper rest and all that. Yeah, but sometimes I think, no, I'll grab a sandwich, grab a coffee, and I go and sit on the rink. And the time I get to the front, I would have had a coffee, half a sandwich, and I'm away again.
Yeah,
Well,
but,
we used
but
to
that still is it's still a mental break, isn't it? Just sitting on a rank, isn't it? Like,
Don't you find you got to kick yourself off again? I mean, we used to meet for dinner. The group of taxi drivers all used to meet at the Friars Delight. Is it still open, the Friars Delight in Holborn? Theobald's Road. There's a chip shop there we used to meet. But you'd meet there for 8 o'clock and you'd be at East Finchley, wouldn't you? Your last fare's East Finchley. And you think, now I've got to go with Friars Delight. Okay, so you bolt down there. That took you 30 minutes in the traffic. You sit there and have your dinner. Then you feel a little bit lethargic anyway. And you come out. To be honest with you, as you came out, there would be, just doing a U-turn, there'd be someone waving you down on Theobald's Road to go somewhere. But it always took you a while to just come back up to speed. And I think all of us deducted at some stage that it just isn't worth, first of all, going to meet your mates and have a chat. You came to work. It's not a social event. Let's go out on a social event and have a night out. This is work. Do your job. Live off a small sandwich for the period and get as much money as you can and go home and spend it with your family. Have dinner with your family.
to me, that morning, like say from like 6 till 10 in the morning, that's 4 hours, but that's like dead time. Like,
Yeah.
if I was at home, do you know what I mean? I
Wouldn't be doing
wouldn't be
anything.
doing anything.
You've got no kids though, have you?
No. But
You got no wife.
no, but I'd still rather be at home.
Joe, you got about 18 kids,
Yeah, I've only got 2 at home at the moment. So,
2 at home, but one's a supermodel.
well, we never know.
Very disappointed with Kate.
6 months in, would you say it's worth doing the knowledge?
100%.
Yeah, 100. I mean, best thing I've ever done. It's got to be.
I don't like being told. I know you get told what to do every time someone gets in the cab, but in theory, but I don't like being told what to do. So I was never going to go and work for anyone again
Yeah.
at my age, you know, and you're going to go and work for someone who's 20 years old telling you what to do, what hour you got to work Saturday, you got to work. That weren't going to happen. So
Yeah.
If say you get told what to do, say someone gets in the cab and asks for somewhere, I'll never say, well, where do you want to go? Or do you want to never?
No, me neither.
Only would I say anything if there was something massive happening, like a demonstration and it's horrendous or something like that. Other than that, that's it. Get in, say it, and I'll take you.
Yeah, and
And I'll make the choice of the. If you want to tell me something before you go, but I don't offer that. I don't say which way do you want to go.
Oh, no,
or
I don't
whatever,
say
'cause
that at the
invariably they
job.
don't know the names of the roads, and they say something. I'd like to
Yeah.
go the way of the science, and you go, what does that mean?
Yeah.
I know.
Where on earth's that?
I had a fella the other week. It was from the Millbank and it was going up to Willesden, and it was a guy in a wheelchair, and he does this journey every day, like to and from work. And as soon as he got in, he was like, "What way are you gonna go?" And I was like, "Well, I was just gonna go up Park Lane." He's like, "No, do this, do it." And I was like, "Mate, I will listen to you. I'll go whatever way you want to go. You do this journey much more frequently than I do. Like last time that I drove from the Millbank up to there, do you know what I mean? I don't know." So that's what he done, and he was happy. I was happy because I thought, we hit a bit of traffic or whatever, you can't.
No, the reason he said it though, he's been in so many cabs that have done so many different things, and some of them have really mucked it up. That he just doesn't want it to be mucked up.
No.
You know?
And he's the professional because he does that one journey all the time.
Yeah, he's got
You're
that
a jack
journey
of
now.
all trades, you do all the journeys.
But I had one that said that, and I was on talking to someone. They said, "Oh, don't go through the park. It's really bad." So I go to Park Lane. I think it was on speaker the phone, and he went, "Oh, actually, I'd like you to go through the park." I said, "Yeah, okay, you sure? Yep." And then we sat there 20
In the park,
minutes,
yeah.
the park. And someone said, "Park Lane's 4 lanes of traffic moving. The park is 1 lane. If it's busy, that's it."
Through the
Yeah.
park is a really bad result on most occasions. You've got to know the time of day on that one.
That's it. There's no escape. There's no sort of mixing it up or
No.
getting out of it. But he wanted that, so he sat there.
Yeah, no, that's it. Like as you say, done the knowledge, driving a cab, like you're out there all the time. But if there's a way that you want to go, that's fine. We'll do it. I'll take you over Chiswick Bridge if that's the way you want to go, mate. It's not.
But you use black cabs as well as a passenger.
Yeah.
I mean, I always did, and we was coming from Westbourne Grove to Waterloo Bridge, and I've told this story before, but it always confused me when he did it. We basically came down to the bottom of Sussex Gardens, and all we needed to do was do a left onto Bayswater Road. But instead of the left onto Bayswater Road, he went left up Sussex Gardens to the top of Edgware Road. And,
okay.
And then we cut back down, and I thought this is one of the strangest mistakes to make. It was so strange that I always thought to myself, and I got a complaint from John 007 John for this particular story. I'm sure I did before. But it was a strange mistake to make because anybody on I thought to myself he might be a yellow badge.
Yeah, no, you're taking your way.
There's a yellow badge working in
Call it
London,
identifiers.
and he didn't really recognise what was happening there because no green badge could really make that mistake. You're going to just go into Westbourne Street, turn left on a Bayswater Road, and go to Waterloo Bridge, wherever you're going.
When you get in a cab, do you tell them that you're a cab driver?
No.
Do you not?
No.
Do you?
Unless I'm having a conversation.
No, but yeah, if it comes up in a conversation, I might
Yeah.
do.
We did
But
on the last
sometimes
one,
if
didn't
you-
we?
Yeah, we did.
We had a
We've done
lady.
a couple, like, but I think sometimes if you don't, it can, and they find it's like at the end of it, something comes. It seems like you're being a bit snidey by not saying anything. In other words, you're watching them,
Yeah.
and then when you do, and I certainly wouldn't take any discount or anything like that. I don't do that. I'm paying and I'm
Yeah,
paying
yeah.
a tip.
Oh, yeah,
you're
no.
working and that's it. So yeah, no, I wouldn't do
My
that.
daughters do that all the time. When they get a cab home, they love saying to the cab driver, "Oh, just here by the taxi." I go, "Is that your taxi?" "Oh, yes, my mum." "Oh, don't worry about it. I'll give you, pay you less."
Oh,
They do it all the
really?
time. Said, "You can't keep doing that."
No, using you, yeah. I think that in our trade, the only taxi trade in the world where I would say the percentage of taxi drivers that are going to rip you off in our game is so minute. If we ever ripped you off, it was a mistake on our part. We weren't deliberately ripping you off. We've actually mucked something up that we can't even
Like you
fathom.
just said there, that guy, you can't make out why he didn't do Bayswater Road. It's probably a mistake. He
No,
might have been tired. He
Dave,
just didn't see it.
When I got to the end of the fair, I still paid him and tipped him. I didn't even mention it to him because I just thought it was a minor thing. The journey was fine apart from that weird bit, and it just puzzled me. But I didn't say nothing to him either. I wasn't going to point it out. It was so minor.
It might be the only run you thought about, and he might have done 30. He's
True.
in the traffic, and it's the one too many. You just go, anything to do.
You know what, as well? I mean, probably all of us have done it as well. We've just took a turning and then thought,
Well, straight away, you go, why have I done that?
Yeah, why have I done that? So yeah, we've all done mistakes.
All my mates who use black cabs or not black cabs all tell me the story. I like black cabs, they say, because they always say, when I say to him, because he does this, I'm thinking of one particular guy as well there, he does this journey all the time. He says to them, black, like, we're going that way, and they went, oh no, something happened there earlier. Like, and I just start laughing. They go, yeah, right, he's not realised.
That's mine and Max's favourite line, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a major incident or something, it's blocked, there's roadworks, there's something or other, because you've gone, oh yeah, God, that is a better way, isn't it? But it's because that person does it all the time, isn't it? You're a jack of all trades.
Yeah, they've got their route
Master
nailed.
of none.
They should mention it.
Unless you're on your way home, you're the master then, aren't you?
No, I've had that one. I've had exactly that. So I live Mile End, and I've taken a woman from the city, and I know exactly all the variations that I can do from where I'm going from. And I just thought at this moment in time, it's going to be quicker to fly along the highway, wherever we was, go along the highway. And she wanted us to come along Whitechapel Road to be going straight at Mile End. So we must have been slightly lower in Great Tower Street, I think we was. So I've just, rather than creep up to Aldgate and go along Whitechapel Road, which I think other drivers might have done, I live in Mile End. I get there, and she's like, why are you going this way? And I think, well, because this is exactly the way I would have driven it. This is exactly how I would have tried to come home, and this is exactly where you want to go. She paid anyway, and they moaned a little bit.
Again, it's down to preference, isn't it? That's preference, because you can go a certain way. Someone else
When you're
lives
going home.
lives in the next door to you will go a different way.
Yeah.
Paul had that. He had got a black cab home, and they were going up Camden High Street, and normally you go right, Plender, and wiggle through, because we're sort of on the other side of the canal. Cab driver missed it, took him up Camden Road. Paul said, where are you going, mate? You've missed that one, you've missed that one. And he chucked him out the cab.
Get out of my cab. Get out.
Didn't like it. But the cab driver knew he'd missed like two opportunities.
A bit proud, a bit too proud. I think another one is that if you're at Millbank, and if I wanted to come home again to Mile End from Millbank, I'm going to go over Lambeth Bridge and come through Rotherhithe Tunnel. That's my route to Mile End from there. But people who generally, if you're Joe Public, you're not going to really know that.
No, they're going to think you go along the river, aren't they?
You would think you follow the river, just go up around the elbow of the river, but no, Lambeth Bridge, Rotherhithe Tunnel, and then you're into the East End really quickly.
That's it. 'Cause I had a real mental block on that, like at the start when we first started doing point to point about like two crossings of the river, because you just feel like I'm on the side that I need to be on. It feels mental to cross and then cross again, but it must have been you that said it. It's like it's just a road. Like all it is just another road. And then when you start seeing it like that, you think, oh yeah, you've got to do what makes sense here, because obviously well, I ain't got to tell you how the
Now you can tell us. You can tell us, Dave. Might be something you can teach us there.
You say it's another road. See, often I won't go down to the Blackwall Tunnel to go south. If I was on, I would try and get over soon, and that's not because of the line or anything. It's because if something goes wrong at that tunnel, what's the alternative?
I'm going to
You're at the
confess,
Blackwall,
you hardly ever
you've
go
not
through.
checked traffic. You're at the Blackwall and you think, I could have gone Rotherhithe, I could have gone Tower, I could have gone.
Oh,
south,
yeah.
I could have done. I've run along here now to go. Say to go to the Dome, for instance. I could have gone over south. I've got here. The tunnel's shut now. Mm-hmm. There's a fire in the tunnel. What are you going to do now with the passenger?
Yeah.
Now, we know what I mean. Over the years, over 42 years, I living in Greenwich, I've had that so many times. But it's scolding me. It's scolding me that I try to get over. I will get over and go, well, I'm over. I'm on the right side. And I know that I'm going to get them now. Yeah. Because I've had it so many times, been stuck.
There was a night in history where Tower Bridge, Rotherhithe Tunnel and Blackwall Tunnel were closed, and it caused one of the biggest traffic jams you could ever dream of.
It's horrendous. It's horrendous. You know when they're doing this at the moment, they're shutting at the weekends.
Of Blackwall Tunnel?
Shut Blackwall southbound. They shut Blackwall southbound. They've done something on Tower Bridge at the same time. And the highway in Watling High Street, if you get a job there, you're gone all day.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I saw on Twitter, this was the other weekend, wasn't it? I saw on Twitter a couple cab drivers on their way in from east, and they've just sat in so much traffic that they turned around and didn't bother because
you got to go north from that coming in that way. You got to go right up above Vicky Park or something like that to come in.
Yeah.
Keep right up away from it all. And you'll keep moving. Then I wouldn't come in. I would. I'd get straight up.
Joe, you can only dream about these problems.
I'm murder though. Anything east, depending on the time, I start getting a bit twitchy, looking at the clock and thinking, how many more jobs am I actually coming back in for? If it's not a lot, I might shoot off. But that's it. That's the freedom, flexibility to do that. Do you know what I mean? No one's going to tell you that you can't. I mean, listen, since I've had my badge, I've been at the opening of an envelope. Do you know what I mean? My mates are doing anything. I get a text come through. I'm like, yeah, I can be there. But being able to say yes to my mates again is such a nice feeling because all throughout the knowledge, skin. Yeah, do you know what I mean? You feel guilty if you do anything that isn't, calling Blue Book or being out on the bike. So now I've just enjoyed it these last few months. Anything my mates are doing, I'm there. Like,
did you feel lost when you got your badge and there was no more studying? I was lost. I was like, what do I do? All this time, start watching telly again.
We should do something. I mean, it's a disappointment. If you carried on the same study regime into a different subject, you would be a master of it. If you decided, I want to play the piano with the same effort that you just put into doing the knowledge, you'd be a concert pianist in a couple of years.
I have started Duolingo Italian, haven't I? They're all taking the mick out of me.
Started doing what?
Duolingo.
Bit of Italian.
Yeah.
They all think
I don't know. If you take up something like you're saying, how much time you got for the cab? Because now you've done the knowledge. Surely.
Oh no, you ain't got time for the cab.
Go work.
Yeah, you got to go work and earn some money. But you could, to be honest, most things that you want to learn, they say with piano, for example, if you've done 30 minutes a day, you would learn to play the piano. That's it. So we should carry some of our discipline through with us and pick another subject. Or basically just enjoy yourself. Just don't worry about it.
I would spend 12 months going out there learn how to drive a cab. Take 12 months. 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months.
Well, yes.
Each time you're a different driver. And
you have hit something that's very important as well. A lot of people pass out, and one of the things I would definitely advise you to do once you've passed out is work hard and long hours, because you can learn to do the job with your eyes closed. But if you don't, and you just dabble in it a little bit, you'll always be tense and nervous. You'll always be uptight, and you won't. So me and you can go out there and just relax and go wherever we want. And I know what mistakes I'm making. I know when I've got it right, and I'm not really stressed or tense about anything. But if you've not broken the back of that, you're in trouble.
No, 100%. When I first got out, I was like that. I was a little bit like, I'm just gonna pop out and see how I get on. I remember saying to one of my mates, who's a cab driver, like, he was saying, "How you getting on?" Whatever. And I was kind of, I've just popped out. And he's like, "No, you're doing it all wrong." He said, because I know someone that was doing that, and he's had his badge a couple of years, and he still don't feel too confident and comfortable. He said, you've got to just go out there and you've got to be in that cab 10 hours and put in a proper shift and keep doing that. And then in time, you'll feel better. And it's true. I think that's right. You've got to just...
Not to mention the financial perk. You've worked and you've got more money in your pocket.
You've got that cab, you now got to pay for it.
Yeah.
You've got to keep that on the road, haven't you? Whatever. And street work, I think, keeps your brain active. If you just do ranks all the time, you lose that instant, right? Yeah,
so that brings me to, what's your biggest dropped location?
Oh, gosh.
You've not dropped anything?
Oh, I've dropped loads.
Too many to think about.
Oh, what, you mean I was driving a cab?
Someone comes up to you and says...
Oh, I tell you what, stupid one. Turks Row.
Turks Row?
Turks Row, where's Turks Row? Yeah. Couldn't think of it for the life of me. I'm like, oh. I know. And then they'll say some random little restaurant and you'll pull it.
Yeah.
It's crazy how the brain works.
It's mad, isn't it? The little points that are just in your brain. But anything like that, you've got to ask them which one.
Is that the one on Edgware Road?
Yeah, which one? And
yeah.
That's what even yesterday, I had it yesterday. I was on Hackney Road on my way in. Someone asked for Warwick Street, and I was like, Warwick Street? Took a second. I was like, yeah, go on, which one, mate? He's going, near like Golden Square. I was like, oh, yeah, that one. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah. That's an easy drop. That's not an easy road to pull.
Yeah, that just got me for a second.
Did you drop it?
Southwest one?
No, he's talking about just off of Regent Street, running flush with Regent Street.
And what's there? Warwick Road is Kensington as well. I was going for
Yeah, you see, it's easy point to drop. Yeah. But I did one of my students the other day. He came in and he's joking about the fact when we always test people on Lancaster Place. And I turned to him and said, what about St Margaret Street? And he was done on St Margaret Street. It's like, you got that one, Dave?
I'll tell you, my one was Flood Street, wasn't it?
Flood Street.
Geese were chatting. I was in Flood Street. Like I'm going Flood Street.
It must be that area, Turks Road.
Yeah.
And eventually I went silly stuff. Yeah. But no, there was, I can't think of it now. I was sitting there trying to think. There was one recently. And I thought, I must still do that one because I couldn't think of it. I can't remember what it was. I will think of it one day.
Yeah.
That was a shocker recently, yeah.
Well, we all have them, you know.
Nah, and that's it. And the realities of it are like when you drop a point in an appearance in that chair, they ask you a point and you go, I know that, but you can't pull it. And you go, no, I'm really sorry, so I can't set. Like that feels massive. But the realities of it are on the road. Someone asks for a restaurant or a street and you go, oh, whereabouts is that, mate? Or what?
Just a bit more information.
Yeah, it's in. Oh, yeah.
I asked what street it's on.
Yeah, these people, they just
Italian sounding restaurants that all begin with S. I have no idea what one's what, and I just say, what street's it on?
Satori's.
And I always explain. They said, "Why do you want the street?" And I said, "Because the street name won't change. That restaurant name won't change.
what
So
about,
just give me the street, and I'll find it."
do you get it when people just hurl a postcode at you and you
Yeah,
think,
I don't know that. No.
oh, I hate that. The worst is when they go like, EC whatever, and like, oh
1JZ.
yeah, and you go,
What do you think I am?
They're saying this postcode. Let me just tell you this one. This is only last week. Waterloo Station postcode. Didn't speak a word of English, and it was SE1 9. I think it was 9RT.
Oh, I know that. It's Churchill Gardens Estate.
Guys Hospital. What the fuck? I mean, I'm right, Guys Hospital.
Sometimes you think, why don't you just tell me?
I mean, to look up what that meant.
Yeah.
that's it.
Guys Hospital. I'm sure it was 9RT. Yeah. It made me laugh. Going, it's just right, Guys Hospital on there.
I think it's because that's the way they work, isn't it, abroad now? A lot of people are
They're used
postcodes.
to using minicabs, and they have to give that for them to put in to know how to get there.
Yeah, it's not a black cab customer, is it, that comes up to you and gives you a postcode. Saying about hospitals, did I tell you about me lady at Moorfields? I told you, didn't I?
You did.
So I'm coming down, where am I? I'm like vestry, like near like City Road, just there. I'm at the lights. There's a no right turn there, but the hospital's just there. Woman's come running up to me going, Moorfields Eye Hospital, I need to get to Moorfields Eye Hospital. I'm like, it's there. I'm just pointing out, going, you're right there. No, I have an appointment and I can't be late. Honestly, you're going to be quicker to cross the road and walk in the door. No, you have to take me. She opened the door, she's in, I'm thinking, oh, right. And I can't do the right there. So now I've had to go past, and what is it, like Pierman, Baileys?
I just agree with you, mate.
Yeah.
Like Bar Street, coming into Caton that way. I've done that. The meter's at £4.20, and we've gone, right, we've come round the other side now, so we're just there. Oh, thank you. Shoved the fiver through. She's got out. She's gone running down the road the complete wrong way. And it's one way there, isn't it, on Bar Street? I'm like, what? There's nothing I can do. Oh, it is what it is. I can't have done any more. Anyway, I've come out of there, got another job. It's hours later, I'm thinking about it. I'm going, that was so weird, weren't it? Like, what was all that about? And then it's when the pennies dropped, and I'm going, she's got an appointment at Moorfields Eye Hospital. She can't see where she's got to go.
The white stick didn't tell you nothing, did it?
No.
The dog.
The dog, the stick, none of it tweaked.
The fact she bumped her head as she got in the cab. And the fact you was driving a bus.
They dropped her at the wrong location.
Wrong location. Oh, dear.
Pointed in the wrong way.
I did have
Missed
some
them again.
Germans got in the other day, and it sounded like she said the Science Museum. And as we're going down, turned into Palace Gate. I think they was in Ladbroke Grove, turned into Palace Gate, and then the other lady who could actually speak fluent English decided to say, actually, no, the Design Museum, not the Science Museum. So yeah, swung round.
Not bad. They do make mistakes with the pronunciation. We've had the
Very
pronunciation stories. Well, yeah. Camden Town. Canning Town. I had Canning Town. I took them to Canning Town. They wanted Camden Town. Yeah.
You took them as well.
Yeah, I took them. I'm not going to put this in because it's a shameful story. But I kept on saying to them, where do you want in Canning Town? And they said, near the station. And I'm going back years, there wasn't Canning Town station. It hadn't been built yet. There was Victoria Docks DLR. So I'm thinking, and they said near the market. Market near Victoria Docks DLR is going to be Rathbone Market's not that near. I'm a bit confused with this. I get there to Victoria Docks station. I say, whereabouts do you need exactly? And they're saying, well, where's the market and all of the... And I said, do you want Canning Town? And then they said it a little bit different. I said, do you want Camden Town? They went, yes, what we said. I'm like... But it was technically completely my fault. They were saying Canning Town.
Yeah.
But they don't know the difference. And I should have emphasised it a little bit more. Pronunciation.
Have you taken anyone to the wrong place?
apart from that one the other day, no, I think I'm
Bang on.
good. Yeah.
None is as shit as me. You done the wrong place?
No, I've edited for the wrong place. I ain't actually done it. It was Pont Street. And in my defence, it was a few years ago on my birthday. It was a Saturday, and I was looking to finish.
I was thinking about what was happening later.
And the lady put her hand out, and it was Eastern European Russian accent, and said Canary Wharf. I thought, that's like job home, isn't it? You know, I'm going to go out and all that. It was only when I started in East, she said, "Where are we going?" And I said, "Well," and I must have said, "Whichever way we're going." She went, "What, to Imperial Wharf?"
Imperial Wharf.
I was going to the wrong wharf. Yeah.
But Imperial Wharf is Imperial Road. Is
Yes.
You said Pont Street though.
I was in Pont Street.
Oh, you was in Pont Street. Sorry,
And I thought she said Canary Wharf.
Oh, okay.
But with the accent, she said Imperial Wharf. It's not even similar.
Yeah.
Apart from the wharf, I must have just heard that and wanted to go there.
Yeah. Gravitated towards home. Well, listen, thank you for coming in. I don't want to keep you here for hours and hours. It's been very interesting what you said, and I think you've said loads of stuff that's going to please people. It's obviously worthwhile and entertaining job. You've enjoyed it. Lovely. Thank you very much for coming.
No,
keep it up.
Thanks for having us.